Hey Jeffrey, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
Good. So Jeffrey and I actually share a physio. So we both have a physio called Colin Lewin, and that's where we are today at the Lewin Clinic. So that's actually how we got introduced. And that's how did you first meet Colin?
I first met Colin through Manchester City. Actually, they sent me down here to get physio done because he's one of the top physios in the country. So yeah, I just came down here.
Yeah, he's gonna love that you said that. So obviously today we're going to talk about your story, kind of everything that's happened, but I want to start at the very beginning, and I want to know why football. You know, what happened and how did it take you to the Man City trials?
Why football? I grew up in South London, like Kennington, Oval area, and there was nothing really much to do around that area, so I just started playing football, and then I just loved it. I always just wanted to play football like week in, week out, from primary school all the way up, and then literally it just became from becoming a hobby to becoming a passion. You know what I mean? So that was literally it.
Yeah, and then obviously that's when you chose that you wanted to go professional.
Yeah, definitely. From I feel like from that age I was like, this is something that I actually want to do.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then so of course that's the thing. We all have things that we want to do when we're kids. Sometimes we follow them through.
Yeah, sometimes we don't. Yeah.
Sometimes we don't. It's good to know it's good when people do follow it through because it's something special. So then obviously what happened when you went to Man City?
Man City was great. It was a great experience. Everything was good about it. I was doing very well there, but unfortunately I had a really bad injury which stopped everything. Which I thought at first, when it first happened, I thought it was just like a sprained ankle, which like a week, ice it and everything will be alright. But then I got an X-ray and my ankle was broken. Yeah. So that's when everything hit deep, and that's when panic mode started. So yeah, literally.
So do you remember what happened at the trial? Because it was Man City trials you were at.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened? How you broke it, basically?
I think it was like a day or two before the match, so we were just doing like some prep stuff before the match. So it was non-contact, so it was just passing drills, basically passing drills and shooting drills. And then I think someone must have crossed the ball into me, and then I just landed, like when I shot and volleyed it, I landed so badly on it, and then I went down at first, and then I thought, nah, like, it's alright. I tried to get back up, but I couldn't get back up. So I had to literally drag myself off the pitch. And then that's when I knew, like, no, I need to go straight into the physio, see what's going on, type of thing. And then, literally, that's when it all started.
So go on, what started? What happened next?
Basically, I went inside a physio. I remember this like it was yesterday. I went inside a physio, spoke to one of the physios called Patrick. He then said we're going to get an X-ray. I think it was that same day. Got an X-ray that same day. Came back with the results. I was upstairs in my room, and then he took me to a room when I came back down. And then he just sat me down. Basically said that there's two ways about it. Basically, this is not what he said, but in a blunt way, he basically said there's two ways about it. It's either I get physio or I can be in a boot, but I'm not sure how long. How effective that really would be. Do you get what I mean? And so I was like, I didn't want to get surgery because the stigma around surgery is just a lot, like you not being able to play again, or even if you do get surgery, you might not come back to be the same player that you get, and you being out for so long, like your body will just like lose its. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So I was just upset. I was just in tears straight away. Spoke to my mum. My mum was upset, and then then I spoke to my agent, and then he said I shouldn't worry about it. That'll be fine. Like he said that the best thing to do is get surgery. So then I told my mum, I was like, what do you think? She said, yeah, get surgery as well. And all three of us, my mum, my agent, spoke about it. We were like, yeah, alright, cool, we'll get surgery. I got surgery October the 5th, 20 that's when I got my first surgery, and then yeah, that's when the journey began. Really, yeah, literally. So yeah.
So then, obviously, what happened? I understand the stigma behind surgery, and it's not just you think it. A lot of people think that you don't come back the same, and I think it's true. You don't come back the same. You do come back different, but I feel like sometimes you can come back with such a different headspace because of it. It can actually work quite well in a way.
100%.
You're more aware of your injury and what's just happened.
And I feel like even when you go through things like that, you realise that you've got more of a fight in you than you actually think. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, yeah, literally, I feel like it depends on how you use that energy. Do you know what I mean? You can either, I see it as you can either sulk about it or push through and work harder. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And you can either sit down all day and sit there and stay there, or you can kind of get back up from where it is and take it on to new challenges and new experiences. So kind of what happened after the first operation then?
First operation, I was in a cast. Man City brought my mum up from London, to be fair, stay up with me for the night. And then I started doing little bits in terms of like cardio stuff, like off feet, not standing stuff. And then I went into, I took out the cast, went into a boot, and then that's when I got introduced to Colin to do physio down in London, because I can't keep doing the journey to Manchester. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but Man City were big help. Like they didn't just give up on me straight away. They did a lot. So yeah, then I met Colin. I think 3rd of November 2019. That's when I think I was one of his first 4 patients. Yeah. I remember everything like it was yesterday, honestly. So yeah, I came in. It was raining that day actually. Came in all the way from South London on the train in crutches by myself. So it was hard. Like even doing that, I was just like, I'm over this already. Like my ankle was hurting. It was wet. I was slipping a bit. Like, do you get what I mean? So I got in. Met Colin. It was great. At first, he was just like just assessing me, seeing where I'm at first, and nothing really. Ankle felt alright. I thought Colin told me that next 3-4 months I could be back like playing and training. I said, oh, like I wanted it to be sooner. Do you get what I mean? But I was like, cool. Yeah, and then I started seeing Colin from there like once a week for like the first 4 weeks until I came off the boot and started walking. Yeah, literally.
And then you got operated on again, didn't you?
Yeah, so I thought I was meant to be back like around January 2020 during the pandemic. And then it just wasn't feeling the same, wasn't feeling right. I couldn't really, like, when I did try to run, like, I would just get pains in my ankle, sharp pains in my ankle. I would Colin referred me to someone to get an injection. That helped temporarily, and then I think I must have done something to just overstretch it a little bit, and then that's when it just went back to square one again. So me and Colin were just battling it out, just rehabbing, strengthening. There wasn't really much improvement. It got to a point where there wasn't really much improvement. So Colin sent me to one of his close surgeons that he knows in Forties Clinic, same one that I went to as well. He went to as well. So I went to Forties Clinic as well. He assessed me. He said that the best thing to do at the time is to take out the screws, because I had screws in my ankle at the time.
Okay.
So maybe that's what's irritating all the ligaments and everything. So we took that out, had surgery, and I took that out in 20th of August 2020. I remember, and then I felt like when it came out, I felt different a lot. I felt free, because it did restrict me a bit. I felt like tight, and then yeah, literally after that I felt good. Like I was playing a little bit, and then I think because it was freshly out, the screws were freshly out, it just collapsed again. Do you get me? Because that's what was holding it. Like it was the screws were holding it, my ankle in place, which were making it strong. But taking the screws out, made it less irritating but weak. Do you get what I mean? So like what could you do? Do you get what I mean? So yeah, literally, and then that's when I had my next operation almost a year. No, yeah, almost a year from when I actually did the injury later. I had my second surgery in 2020.
Yeah. And that's I guess what you said, it's that stage in recovery where you start to feel that you can get better, you can get stronger, and you almost want to start rushing things, and it's that point where it's the point where you start to feel stronger, but if you do one thing wrong, you go back to square one.
And I remember one time during the lockdown, I went to play football with my mates. My ankle was totally fine. Like I was playing football. Like some people didn't know that I was injured. Like I didn't. I was shocked myself. I was like, I don't know how this has happened. I was playing pain free. I was running, sprinting, shooting. I was like, wow. And then I think it got to a point where, you know how you are when you play football with your mates. You play for hours and hours and end. And then it got to a point where I was like, I'm actually tired. Like, okay, I've used this ankle. Let me just save it. Let me relax. But I got too carried away. So I carried on playing, and then I think I don't know if I shot or I did a turn or something, and then that's when it just
again.
Yeah, then I was like, wow, I should. And then every time I look back, I'm like, wow, I should have just stopped. Do you get what I mean? Because who knows, innit? Do you get what I mean? But it happens, innit? It happens. So yeah, literally.
Yeah. Do you find that a lot of your friends and family would say to you, "When are you back to football? When are you back to football?" How was that for you?
I hated it. I hated it because not only that, like coaches, clubs would message my agent like, when are you back? Like, I would like, we want him in. Do you get what I mean? Or my friends will message me, when are you back? Like we want to go play some football. This is all like during pre-season time, so everyone's back in London from their clubs, and everyone's at home really. So, and then I'll just be like, no, I can't play in it. And everyone would just be like, oh. Some people would be like, the worst thing I hated when people said, you're always injured, you're injury prone. But people use that word very loosely. Injury prone means you get injured all the time, different injuries. But I've had the same injury that I'm trying to recover from. Do you get what I mean? So it's not really injury prone, and people don't realize that. For me, I'll be real, that did a lot of damage to me, like in terms of mentally. Do you get what I mean? It's just like it's like you have no belief in me. But I spoke to my mom and my agent about like those terms and stuff like that. They just told me like, you have to believe in yourself as well. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like that really fueled me. I think all this time, I think I was like 17 at the time, so I don't really know much. This is my first encounters with like a major injury. Do you get what I mean? So everyone's just helping me through it really. And yeah, like ever since I heard that, I was just like, I just blocked it out when people would say stuff like that, because it's just unnecessary. Do you get what I mean? Or some people find it a laugh. Do you get what I mean? And really, truly, a laugh. It's not really funny. Do you get what I mean? So, but yeah, like a lot of my friends wanted to play football, and I just couldn't. Do you get what I mean? So it was really upsetting. It was really upsetting as well.
Because you're the one that's going through it.
Yeah, literally. Like I remember one time during the summer, like all of my friends made like an 11-a-side team. Like all my friends that are from like North, South, East London all came together, made an 11-a-side team, and they wanted me to play, but I couldn't play because of my injury. And I was just like, and it was good. Like it was recorded, everything. It was sick, man. It was sick. It was good. But I had to just watch. Do you know what I mean? Which was upsetting. But yeah, literally.
How did everything affect your mental health?
Me personally, I'm not mentally. I'm not weak, but sometimes I did let little things get to me. Like I used to even ask Colin a lot, like, do you think I'll play football again? Because how could you think I can play play football again, and so a minor injury like this, it's taken this long, and I've seen people with way worse injuries than me and they're back with an instant. But my injury was a chronic injury. I think that's the word. It happened before, but it wasn't treated properly. So I actually did this injury when I was like 15. And then I went to the NHS. They just put me in a boot, but I actually needed surgery. So it's like, instead of my ankle being healed together with bone, it's been healed up with like some like strong tissue in it. So it could break down at any time. So I've been playing with a broken ankle for all these years, and I didn't know. Do you get what I mean? So mentally, it was a lot to take in. And me, like, my thing is just football. Like, go out, play football, express myself, blah blah. But now it's just like stay at home. It's only during the lockdown, like 2020, that's when I started like doing really gym stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? But now, when I stayed at home, it's just like, when you're alone with your thoughts, it's not the best. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm by myself. It's just me and my mum. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, let's say my mum goes out, or I'm out somewhere else. I'm by myself. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, your mind can go wild and it run wild in it. So, but yeah, I've had a lot of support, and I do appreciate it from various places to help me not get into a stage where it's very low. Colin has been very helpful. XYZ has been helpful as well with just managing me mentally. Do you get what I mean? So it's been good, man. It's been good.
Yeah, because when we spoke previously, you said that obviously it was a dark place, but now you're out that, but you're in a new dark place.
Yeah.
What do you mean exactly by that?
Well, I'm out of a dark place from the situation of having not one, not two, but 3 surgeries. So I don't really need surgeries anymore. But now coming out of that, and I'm like fit, it's like building my body to get back used to that again, and actually fighting hard to get back to where I was before. And yeah, literally, like it's harder than what you think. Like, do you get what I mean? A lot of running, especially now it's pre-season. It's not easy, but just a lot of running, getting back into it. Because literally, your body's not been working like that in 2 years now. So it needs an introduction, and you can get like tired easily. It's actually it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't tell Colin, but I mean, I only started running for the first time in 11 months last week, and let's say my calves. I mean, mine was knee, but my calf didn't like it.
Oh, is it?
I say don't tell Colin because I haven't told him yet. I think I hurt my calf slightly, but it's better now. But that's exactly what the thing is my body hadn't moved like that for 11 months, and then I did a couple of sprints on the treadmill, and the body kind of was like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Colin said the same thing to me. You know, he thought that I was gonna have like calf problems and that, but I didn't have any. I just get little niggles here and there, but nothing to panic about. Just,
absolutely.
Just give it a rest for a couple of days and back again. Do you know what I mean? But it's true. Like, when you're out for so long, your body is definitely not used to it.
Yeah, the body gets used to different things.
Yeah.
And so you had a final surgery, didn't you? You had 3.
Yeah, that was 21st December 2021.
And what was that one for?
That was to move my ligaments. I think he shifted my ligaments, and then shifted my ligaments, and I think he helped like with the just clean it out and stuff, and so it can grow with actual like bony stuff than tissue. And that was, that really helped a lot. I'll be honest, that helped a lot. December 2020, not 2021, so 21st of December 2020. And then after that, my ankle felt very good. But on the last surgery, like, I was like, this has to be it. Like, I'm tired of going in and out of surgery, getting anesthetic, being in a boot, just can't sleep at night. Like it's so uncomfortable. Like it's very very uncomfortable. 3 times. But yeah, and then after that my ankle felt alright. I did need another injection. I got a steroid injection on the back of my ankle, just for anti-inflammatory and because I was getting a bit of pain. And then after that, I was fine. Yeah, literally, I was fine after that. But it took three goes.
Yeah.
Three's the charm.
Yeah, that's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
Three's a charm, and I guess that's the thing is when you had, when you were first told surgery, you probably never in your wildest dreams thought there was going to be 3.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So you're back to playing. Well, you're playing now, aren't you?
Yeah. I started playing end of February 2022.
Nice.
Months ago.
Yeah.
So.
And what kind of advice would you give to somebody that, say, maybe that's in football or not even football, any kind of sport, and they, they have an injury and they're told there's operations maybe involved, or even if it's not operations, it's 6 months out, 9 months out. What advice would you give to somebody? Because it's a hard thing when you know that's it, you're out for a while.
I used to live by a mantra, never give up.
Yeah.
It used to be all over my Instagram, every social media. Everyone knows that's what I used to. Even on my I should have bought it today. Two of my football boots, I've got never give up written on the side of it. But yeah, that was what I lived by, because I was in a place where I wasn't ever gonna give up, but I needed something to fuel me. Do you get what I mean? Everyone gets that from, some people get it from music, some people get it from everything. So I just live by a mantra, never give up. So yeah, that's my advice. Just actually never give up. My thing I said to Colin one time, I won't give up until my legs actually say no, unless my legs come off or something. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I don't think you should. I know you shouldn't give up, but it's just just focus. Do you get what I mean? I feel like never giving up is. I don't even know how that fueled me in a different way. I don't even know how to put it into words. People think I just say it for bands or for whatever in it, but it helps me a lot. Especially when I was making trips from south to east London to come to see Colin. I used to come twice a week. It wasn't easy. I'll be real. I've seen Colin from November the 3rd, 2019 to about September 2021.
And recently too.
Yeah, and recently, exactly. But that's a very long time.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So going back and forth, it gets mentally draining. You're just tired. I just say don't give up and channel your inner beast. Channel your inner beast. Focus. Just have a desire. Literally.
Yeah.
I feel like my passion fueled me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
My passion definitely fueled me, because it's a thing where one of my closest friends plays for Huddersfield. He always messages me here and there, and my other friend that plays for Peterborough always messages me saying well, when are you back? I can't wait to see you play, because the way I play, even just before I got injured, people used to say I'm an entertaining footballer, because I just get about, I'm just that type of player, innit? So people just used to love playing, watching me play, innit? So when they didn't, it was just what's going on? When are you back? And then I even played a match last week actually, and he came down to watch, and he's saying he missed watching me play. It's been a while. He enjoyed it, this and that. That meant a lot to me. Do you know what I mean? So it's I know I'm still the same player, but now it's just about being better than that, because I can't be the same where I was 2 years ago. Do you get what I mean? I need to be better and more. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, literally, that's really it.
You have a positive outlook on what you went through and kind of everything that happened. So, what you think the passion and the never give up, it kind of kept you in a more positive outlook on things?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I know it was hard, and there were times when Yeah, I mean, you told me before you were, on the floor crying.
Yeah, definitely. I remember the day I found out I needed surgery the third time in December. I just sat down. My mum was on the phone actually. I think she had a meeting. She was on Zoom. She had a meeting. She had a meeting. She was in the kitchen quickly. And I just sat down and started crying. She was just like, what? Because she never I don't really cry. Do you get what I mean? Like I'm just like, alright, cool, whatever. Let's get on with it. Do you get what I mean? But then this was like different. Like I didn't even say anything. I just started crying. I was crying, upset, and she had to tell everyone that she's coming back. Like because she asked me what's going on. I was just like, nothing. It's fine. Like when I said that, that's when I knew like I was so fed up. Do you get what I mean? So she said that she was confused. I wasn't telling her. She called my sister. My sister called me. She was like, what's going on? Like, why are you crying? And then I told her. Me and my sister were close. I told her. She told my mum, and my mum was just like, it'll be fine. Like, let's just sort it out. And me and my family were firm believers. Like, we were Christians, innit? We believe in God. So I feel like that was a very big part of me having a positive outlook. Do you get what I mean? So like it says like God never gives you some more than you can handle. Do you get what I mean? So and everything happens for a reason as well. So who knows? This is just to show me. This could be showing me something else or leading me in a better direction than where I was going to. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, literally, I feel like that's the main reason. My family, my belief in Christ, and just not giving up really. But because like I feel like before I got injured, I was more like bubbly out here, just like that. But then I feel like in a positive way, this injury helped me like focus. Like nah, like I don't even want to go to this party anymore, or I don't even want to go out. I want to do this. Do you get what I mean? Or I'm going to the gym. Do you get what I mean? Like I used to sacrifice a lot. Like at my age, sometimes my mum used to ask me like, "Are you not gonna like stay at home?" I'm like, "No, I can't." Like, do you know what I mean? I can't stay at home. Like, I'll go training. I'll have gym in the morning, like around 9 a.m. I'll go to the gym. I'll have training in the evening. Then the same repeats the next day. Do you get what I mean? Or in reverse, I'll have training early in the morning. I'll go gym. I'll be so tired. I'm like, I don't even want to go. But I was like, I have to. I'll do something. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Like, so ever since that really built me to be like, nah, like, if you want to do something, there's no point of half doing it. That's what my agent used to always tell me. Like, it's either you go full in or you don't do it. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, in the harshest way, he said to me, if you want to quit, you might as well quit now. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So, because there's no point of you, like, 50, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of people my age, I'm 20 now, a lot of people my age, just like, they're like, oh, I should be here, like, I should be doing this, blah, blah, blah. If you look at what they're doing, it's like, it doesn't really match up. Like, you're not working towards that, innit? Like, I used to think, before my injury, I used to think, like, talent, with talent, I can go anywhere. That's how I got Charles to Man City, do you get what I mean? I got Charles to Man United, like everywhere, do you get what I mean? So it's like, I wouldn't like just try. Like I would always try, but it's like I would go to the gym because my agent said go to the gym, not because let me go to the gym and better myself. Do you get what I mean? So it's like now it's like I still have that talent, but if you do more and you're more like driven, it helps a lot. Do you get what I mean? Like you need to be more driven in anything you do, not just football. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's what it's taught me. Like anything you do it properly. Do you get what I mean? And do it with a meaning. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, like I am very positive on it, definitely. But when I do get little niggles in here and there, it's like the reason why I would say I wasn't positive about it is because as a footballer, you know, footballers' careers are quite short. So as I'm getting older, like my time to get in there is harder. Yeah. And the thing is with me, yeah, the way I play, I'm smaller in it. Do you know what I mean? So the way I play football, it's more like technical on the floor. But in the UK, they don't really play football like that. And when you get to a certain age, and you're not at like one of the elite clubs, it's harder to find teams that will play the way I play. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like gaining the manager's trust and stuff like that. So, but I feel like football's football, man. No matter where you are, like if you can play, you can play. No matter the age. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, to me, it doesn't really matter. I'm quite confident in my ability. Very confident in my ability. But now it's just about just going, like making sure all of this rehab and everything wasn't in vain. Do you know what I mean? So literally.
And it's helped your mental strength entirely.
Nah, definitely, definitely, because before I was still young when I was 16 and all of that, 15. Any little thing, I would just run to my agent and be like, "What's happened?" And then they could just ruin my mood. Do you get what I mean? But it's like now it's just like I don't really care. Like opinions aren't facts. Do you get what I mean? So just have to let them go and just better yourself. Always better yourself, whether it's good or bad. Do you get what I mean? So you can't get complacent and you can't get too upset.
Absolutely.
So,
and never give up.
never give up.
Never give up.
Never ever.
Never ever. Well, I really look forward to watching you on the tally one day.
Definitely.
Who is the club that you would love to play for? Arsenal.
Arsenal legend.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
Well, as a strong Arsenal fan myself, there we go. I look forward to coming to the Emirates and watching you there.
Definitely.
Remember me.
100%.
Thank you.
No worries, man.
And good luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it, honestly.
No,
But it
of
feels
course.
good to be able to express myself as well, being able to talk about the struggles, like, because it wasn't easy at all. Like, this is probably one of the hardest things and biggest things in my life so far, because it happened at such a crucial part of my life, like from 17 to 20, and I was injured. Like, it's not easy. I only just turned 20, but let's say 17 to 19. So yeah, but I'm very grateful. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. That's the thing. It's telling your story for anyone with a story. It's hard, and it's definitely a challenge to sometimes say it out loud and to feel the emotions again and process and go through the experiences again.
Yeah.
And I know it's a struggle for nearly everyone that does it. So to be able to sit and to say it is, it's huge. So.
Yeah. No, it is, man. It is just. Wow. I don't want to get emotional.
We're both gonna get emotional. You'll get emotional, I'll get emotional, we'll both start crying. Someone will come in and be like, why are they crying?
No, it's good. I'm happy. This is all happened, obviously, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm happy this has happened. But it is upsetting that it happened, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm happy this has happened. It's taught me things.
Yeah.
I've learned about myself. I've learned about life, really, distractions, everything. Like, this has been a big lesson in one, honestly. Actually.
It's changed you as a person that you 2-3 years ago probably thought you'd never, not that you'd never be, but because you never expected this to happen, so you would have been a completely different person.
Yeah, literally.
If it hadn't have happened. And like you said, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And
Even, like, as I said to you before, like, managers and coaches that used to message me, like, day in, day out, call me, ask me, like, what's going on with my injury. Now that I'm back, it's like, everyone moves on so fast, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But my agent says to me that especially this industry, everyone's using everyone, do you get what I mean? So they might need you for, like, they really like you, obviously you're a good player, they want you to play for them, but when it gets to a point when they've got someone else or they've changed something and you don't really fit, it's like they don't really need you anymore. Do you get what I mean? So you just need to, I know it's harsh, but you just need to use someone else now. Do you get what I mean? Everyone uses everyone, especially the football industry, music industry, all everywhere. Do you get what I mean? So it's just about, it is upsetting that that's happened, but you can't really talk about it. You just have to find new avenues.
Exactly, it's finding the new avenues.
Yeah, literally, and just keep going, because time waits for no man.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that one.
Man, so
Yeah, absolutely. And it's finding new avenues and finding new ways to do the things you love and change your everyday in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. Anyway, it's been great to chat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No,
I appreciate
it's
it.
my pleasure. And like I said, we'll be watching you on the pitch of the Emirates one day.
Definitely.
You heard it here today.
Definitely, 100%.
Perfect. Cool.